Hey guys, this is Joel from the Fincastle Pokemon Gym. I came back to YouTube in around March of 2024 and started releasing videos in the basic format that I do today. And for the most part, I do one every other Monday. That's if we don't hit a stretch where we've scheduled 4 shows in consecutive weekends. But that said, I really haven't been doing this long enough to have any yearly traditions or annual features, so I'm just going to start one. Last Christmas, I released an Archaludon EX video, more as a solid, inexpensive way for someone to get into the trading card game and be competitive enough to attend locals and play in leagues. But I also was pointing out how that could be a nice gift and a pretty inexpensive gift to get somebody that was interested in getting into the Pokemon trading card game. And I kind of like the idea of that as an annual feature. That being just before Christmas, presenting an affordable deck that is simple enough for a new or a young player to pick up, but also strong enough to win games and be competitive with. Now, the danger in getting into any new game is always going to be going to go try it out and hitting that wrong group or wrong player that just net decks and punishes everyone with whatever won the last event. Now, on top of that, buying sealed product is so expensive right now, and there's always a chance that those products are duds and won't contain anything because they are still just booster packs after all, whatever type of box they come in. So if you know a player or someone who wants to learn how to play, buying the singles for a complete deck is a great gift idea for Christmas. Now, by my rough calculations, meaning I just looked online real quick, this deck is about $15 right now. So you can just pick those cards up. Some of those you may already have lying around. Add in a pack of sleeves and a new deck box, and you've got an amazing, very personal gift for somebody for just about $25, or roughly the cost of 3 booster packs, and that's if you can find them that cheap. Like, for comparison, the price of the Mega Lucario EX box right now is about $50, and that's again if you can even find one. Not to mention that buying that won't get you anywhere close to being able to have the cards to even build this deck. Which kind of brings me back around to the point of, I guess this would be a good time to mention that today's featured deck is Mega Lucario EX. The Mega Lucario is a Stage 1, 340 HP fighting type Mega Evolution with 2 simple attacks, no ability, weakness to Psychic, and a 2 energy retreat cost. It's 2 attacks. The first one is called Aura Jab, just for 1 fighting energy. Does 130 damage and allows you to attach up to 3 basic fighting energy from your discard pile to your bench Pokemon however you want to attach them. And that is followed up by second attack Mega Brave, which for 2 fighting energies does 270 damage, and it carries the attack effect next turn this Pokemon can't use Mega Brave. Now, everything you're looking at is part of a well-balanced solid card, except for that Psychic weakness, of course. And the domination of the format by Gardevoir EX since its release is why Mega Lucario hasn't worked its way into the upper echelons very much. But keep in mind, Gardevoir EX and many of its pieces will rotate out in the spring, and there's really not anything Psychic poised to replace it. So now is a pretty good time to look at this Lucario. And the nice thing about this Mega Lucario X is that, as Pokemon does from time to time, they provided Mega Lucario with a set of cards meant to go with him and make him into a competitive centerpiece for a deck. And the list is as simple as the card itself. Now, what Pokemon did is gave Mega Lucario a simple draw engine, a way to catch targets and attack them easily, and made parts of those 2 things also into solid backup attackers. Now, if you were playing in 2017, 2018, maybe in that format, you are familiar with the Zoroark GX, Lycanroc GX deck that kind of dominated most of that time. And this Mega Lucario EX deck functions very much in the same fashion. Now, for a draw engine, you have Solrock and Lunatone. Now, Lunatone's ability, Lunar Cycle, which only works if Solrock is in play, lets you draw 3 cards in exchange for discarding a basic fighting energy. And Solrock, thankfully, doesn't just have to sit there. Solrock has a 1 energy attack called Cosmic Beam. That, of course, only works if Lunatone is in play, and it does a straight 70 damage, which is great for taking out a simple basic if you go second on your first turn. Now, the gusting or catching part of this deck comes from the Hariyama line. Now, his poorly translated ability is called Heave Ho Catcher, and it says when you evolve to Hariyama, you may pick one of your opponent's benched Pokemon and bring it to the active spot. so that you can physically assault it. And again, just like the Soul Rock and Lunatone combination, Hariyama is not completely useless after burning that ability. Now his attack, Wild Press, does 210 damage for 3 fighting energy, which is very strong from a single prizer and very easy to charge, as Mega Lucario's Aura Jab can charge it fully in 1 turn. While I'm on this page, I'll touch on these tools real quick. You can see the A spec of choice is the Maxima Belt, and that's because that pushes Mega Lucario's Mega Brave from 270 damage to 320 damage against EXs. And that takes out several of the big guys and puts you very close to all of the others, which you can still get, and I'll get to that in a second. You can see I've got 2 air balloons that can either give Mega Lucario, Soul Rock, or Lunatone, and even the Makuhita, the basic Hariyama, free retreat. And there is 1 XP share that I generally put on a Hariyama, but you can shift it to wherever you like, because preserving an energy is important in keeping this deck constantly attacking, putting pressure on your opponent. So as long as you save an energy after a knockout, it's not really a bad place to put it. So let's go to the items, and again, Pokemon gave us 2 cards specifically for this deck. The first is the Fighting Gong, which lets you grab either a basic fighting Pokemon or a basic fighting energy, whichever you choose and whatever the turn calls for, which is amazing for an item card. And they gave us the Premium Power Pro, which is also an item. And when you play it, the attacks of your fighting Pokemon do 30 more damage on that turn, and you have 4 of them. So you can customize your damage output from any of your Pokemon, whether it's adding to Solrock's Cosmic Beam, or taking Mega Brave from your Mega Lucario into the high 300s. Now looking at the rest of the item line and pretty much the whole supporter line, it's all pretty standard stuff. Of course, if you have any questions, just ask. The only other thing to really point out is the Professor Turo scenario, and I use it in this deck in 2 ways. The first is to pick up a damaged Mega Lucario EX, because negating a turn's worth of damage on him in a game usually swings most games your way. The other way to use it is to pick up Hariyama, which after using his catcher ability, you can just pick him up, rebench Makuhita, and have a catcher play available on the next turn to keep pursuing whatever your opponent is trying to get ready. Also worth noting is that after playing this deck for a little while, I did not like just relying on Hariyama to be able to catch something. So I did add 2 bosses in there just to increase the opportunities to catch something when you need to. And we'll flip over to the last page here. This one is Stadiums and Energy. Looking at the stadiums, this isn't how I prefer to play this deck, but I built the list this way to show you the options. Now Artisan just lets you get your lineup out easier. Town Store gives you access to your Maxima Belt early or any of the other tools as you need them. And Gravity Mountain drops the HP of Stage 2s by 30. Now I could make a case for 3 copies of any of the above, but right now, at least what I've been playing online, I would make it 3 Gravity Mountains. And I just wanted to show any of those are pretty valid options. And lastly, they're peeking at the energy. There is 1 reversal energy, which is there if you need to switch to a single prize attacker, specifically Hariyama, if you fall behind in a close game. I only put 1 in there because if things go as planned, you will not ever be behind with this deck. But that is the deck. It is as simple as they come. So let's watch Mega Lucario spread a little Christmas cheer. This first match is against Mega Absol and Mega Kangaskhan, which I was not really able to tell until a couple turns in. You can see they just started with Latias EX and a Psyduck. I've got an active Makuhita. Went ahead and get out Lunatone. I'm going to use my Fighting Gong to get out Solrock, get that draw combination started. Go ahead and use the Lunar Cycle. Going to attach Fighting Energy to Solrock. Now, all I have to do here is just get the Makuhita out of the way, so I'm just looking for Air Balloon. Don't get the Air Balloon, but I get Town Store, which sort of makes you think leaning towards that stadium is not a bad idea. So put Air Balloon on Makuhita, and I'm going to retreat to the Solrock, but before I do that, I do want to get a Riolu down, so I have Mega Lucario available next turn. I think this deck usually has to turbo energize to really get started, the Mega Absol deck, so I have a turn to, or probably a couple turns to really get Mega Lucario set up and ready. We'll go ahead and Cosmic Beam, take up the Psyduck, get a prize card, and there's Mega Lucario. They send up the Eviltal with that clutch attack, but it doesn't use that, it just uses the turbo energize to put 2 on Mega Absol. Passes back to me. The only thing bad about that Evil Tall is it is resistant to fighting. I'm going to go ahead and use my Night Stretcher, get back in energy, evolve to Mega Lucario. I'll get down another Makuhita. So I've got two catcher plays available there. Use Lunar Cycle. I'm going to attach energy to Mega Lucario. Got that Premium Power Pro. Probably should have played that here. Got that other Riolu down, and then Lily's Determination. Thankfully, on this hand, I do get it back. That gets me to the right math to be able to knock out this Evil Tall. So it was almost a mistake on my part. With that, we will do that. Get 130 after the resistance. Get 2 onto Riolu and 1 onto Solrock. And take a second prize. Looks like they're really trying to just stay on the Absol and stay away from him. I'm not really sure why they put the Mega Kangaskhan down. They used the Claw of Darkness and actually tossed the Mega Lucario out of my hand. So on my turn, I draw another Riolu. Really no plays there, so I'm just going to Iono. Only get 4 back. I did get an energy, so we'll go ahead and use Lunar Cycle and draw 3. I've got that Maximum Belt on my Mega Lucario, and they've got Kangaskhan sitting there. So even though I'd like to be able to do something else with this Mega Lucario and get him out of the way, it's just too tempting to not take 3 prizes off Mega Kangaskhan. So we will Aura Jab with the belt. It's 180 times 2 and still gets beyond that Kangaskhan with the Bravery Charm on it. And I get 3 prizes there. So as you can see, I have Boss in my hand, so holding on to that hand, I've got 2 different ways to win this. I'm sure they see that with Claw of Darkness. They discard my Boss. I just send up the Makuhita with the air balloon. I'm going to attach to Hariyama and send him up. Then we will use the other Hariyama and his Heave-Ho catcher. We can grab anything off the bench there. We'll just go ahead and grab one of these Monkey Dory. And we will Wild Press for 210 and knock him out and take the last prize. So just as long as you don't leave damage on their side for them to move over with Monkey Dory, it's a pretty easy deck to beat. And speaking of pretty easy to beat, this is a match against Grimmsnarl. I did go first on this and did find out on that turn that my Maximum Belt was prized, so that does slow this down a little bit. This is coming to me on my second turn. Don't really have any energy on the field yet, so could easily get one of these guys with my Solrock, but I want to go ahead and attack with Lucario so I can accelerate some energy onto the field, because I may need to be swinging pretty heavily on the next turn. So you can see I'm going to go ahead and Ultra Ball away. Don't need Artisan anymore. I'll get a Hariyama. Had a Makuhita down on turn 1. Got an Air Balloon on Solrock. It's not the best place to play it, but just in these circumstances, I think so. I'm going to use the Heave-Ho catcher. Go ahead and grab one of the Impidimps. And then we will Aura Jab, knock it out, and I've got 2 energies in the discard pile. I'll go ahead and get those down on Riolu. So I have potentially a Mega Brave from either Mega Lucario next turn. They do get to their Grimmsnarl, rare candy to it. Hit me for 180 and put 30 on that Lunatone. I top an Iono, not going to use it. I'm going to go ahead and Turo up that damaged Mega Lucario. Put the Riolu back down, put that same Mega Lucario back down, just erase that turn of damage that they did. Then we'll use Lunar Cycle, draw 3. Get another Solrock down so I can attack with him if I need to. Could not get into a Premium Power Pro, so I just had to Mega Brave for 270. They rinse and repeat, hit me for 180 and 30 to the Lunatone again, and of course I top what I needed to get the knockout last turn. So I'll go ahead and put Air Balloon on this Mega Lucario. He can't attack with this big attack, and I don't want to leave him there to get knocked out. Retreat him to the Solrock, and we'll use Night Stretcher to get an energy there. Go ahead and put down Town Store. Like I said, I already looked. There's not much to take here. I've just got an XP share. I'll take it. Go and put it on the Hariyama so that after a knockout, he might be in position to attack. And I will Iono. Go and evolve to my second Mega Lucario. Use the fighting gong, just get another fighting energy. And we will lunar cycle there. And we're going to Cosmic Beam to do 70 and finish off that Grimmsnarl. Still can't dig that maximum belt out of my prizes. They come up with the Eviltal, they evolve to Morgrim and just use Clutch, I guess, to try to just trap me in the active spot, which is fine because I have Boss, so I'll just grab that Morgrim. And I'll play a Power Probe, boost my Solrock's Cosmic Beam up to 100, and one hit that Morgrim. Now they have no chance to get a Grimmsnarl on the next turn, leaving them with not a whole lot else to do, and the Concede follows. Now, I've played this deck a lot and recorded some pretty cool matches with it, but I showed you these two because I think you get to see all of the pieces at work, from the array of attackers to the tools at work, and even using the Turo scenario to wipe damage off of your Mega Lucario. I've tweaked this list, a card here and a card there, and I like where it is. If I were considering it for a tournament, the only thing I might change is I might tailor the stadium count towards the local meta, and that's only if you know it. If not, the mix of the three that I have might be just the way to play it. But this is a very competitive deck, and it's pretty simple, and that's fine. The simpler a deck is, the fewer mistakes you'll make when playing it. So give this a try, and like I said at the beginning, if you have that Pokemon fan that you don't know what to get for Christmas, put this package together. If you have a game store that sells singles in your area, they should have all the pieces to this, because again, there are not that many. I thank you all for watching and helping the channel grow. We are growing it, slowly, but I'll take whatever I can get. If you have some downtime this Christmas, check out Randy and me on the Appalachian Dim Sum podcast, as our December videos hit on Christmas movies in every category from anime to the black and white classics. So come hang out with us there. And remember what Christmas is all about this year. Reach out to those who don't have anyone to spend the holidays with, invite them over for a meal and a night of playing Pokemon. And if you can't cook, buy some Hot Pockets. You don't have to have money to give this Christmas. A little of your time and attention is much more valuable. I hope you all have a Merry Christmas, and I will see you in 2026. Be not afraid. Later.